Hey there, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Good morning, crypto friends. How are we doing out there? We are live. It is Thursday, May the 6th. Looking here at BTC USD, got up there to 58K. We're back there again. So if you bought that bounce, congratulations. So we're looking at resistance now, 58,325.47, and support down to 57,057.80. We got that stop loss sitting up there nice and tight, and we did get into the sales target for this particular name. Let's move on to ETH, USD, Ethereum, having a good run up here. We'll scoot things up there so you can see better. Looking up there at that all-time high. So we are right on that support level at the moment, 33,368.94, and your resistance 3487.67. And looking up there at the all-time high at the 3550 psychological for Ethereum. Looking strong here. RSI has cooled off a little here, so we're no longer overbought, and we still have the 12, 26, and 100-day moving average in the right configuration for continuation to the upside. Let's move on to BNB, USD, Binance Coin. We've been doing some consolidation here going sideways, so we haven't got up into the sales target for this particular name. Holding support 634.41, resistance 656.30. We are sitting on top of that 12 and the 26-day moving average. So moving on to ADA, USD, having its day. Cardano finally showing up. We have support all the way down there right at the 150 mark, 1.482. And we're showing resistance up at the 1.622. That is your all-time high. So trying to get through there for ADA. Moving on to DOT, USD, PolkaDot. Holding support down there at the 39.299 and resistance up at the 40.830. We did get the 12 cross over the 26, so look for some more continuation here for PolkaDot. Let's have a look at the Doge. The Doge is anticipation here this weekend as Elon Musk is going on Saturday Night Live, so there's some anticipation that he may plug Doge or something like that. We'll see how that runs out, but meanwhile, 0.5679 support and 0.6972 resistance for Doge. Litecoin looking a little light here. Got up there to its all-time high, back down and retesting that support level. You see we did get the bounce off that 12-day moving average, so support 336.75 and resistance is going to be 354.81 as we are coming up in the green here this morning for LTC USD. Looking here at Chainlink, LINK. Support 46.83 and resistance 50.040. Moving on to Stellar, XLM USD. Stellar, we had support 0.594 and resistance all the way up there to 0.66188 for the Stellar. We were overbought. Just keep an eye on that RSI down there, and we're sitting pretty just underneath that 0.70 or 70 range for the RSI. Moving on to Vechain, VET USD. We have support 0.2020, resistance 0.207. I'm sorry, check that. That's the actual price at the moment. Resistance up at the 0.2152. Let's have a look here at FIL USD in the green this morning. We have support holding right at that 158.63 and resistance 166.062. Moving on to Storj, STORJ USD. We have support 1.923 and resistance right up at that $2 range, 1.9971. Watch as we try to get above this 26-day moving average, and then you should see some continuation there. Moving on to IOTA, IOTA having a nice run up here this morning. We have support holding at the 2.1177 and resistance at the 2.228 for IOTA, Internet of Things. Moving on to Comp USD. 733.79 is your support and resistance 774.22. Kind of been quiet here with Comp, so we're waiting for its time to shine in the limelight. We'll move on to basic attention coin. We have support setting at the 1.3292 and resistance up at the 1.4182. And let's get that stop loss up there where it belongs. There we go. Moving on to ETC, USD, Ethereum Classic. Been killing it here. Got all the way up, set a new all-time high at the $150 range, and then came back down for a bounce and trying to ride that 12-day moving average for a continuation there. So we're looking at, we are overbought, so keep that in mind, as you can see down here on the RSI. So look for support to hold right at the $100 range, 99.05 to be exact, and then resistance up there to what we got here. Let's look at the 1 hour here so we can see more clearly. There we go. Going to need to break through that previous high at the 118.49. We'll move on to MANA USD. Mana. There we go. We have support 1.409 and resistance 1.452758. And we'll get the stop loss just underneath that 26-day moving average. So watch for this 1226 cross coming up here, maybe in the next 8 hours, and we should have some more upside potential. Moving on to ZIL USD, double digits, big candle here this morning. 0.209 is your support level, and we are climbing up through. We have resistance setting way up there to 0.2513 for ZIL. Getting into the overbought here on the RSI, so keep that in mind, folks. Moving on to NUUSD. Been a lot of consolidation down here, so not much movement. So 0.4550 support and 0.4838 resistance for NU. Moving on to NMR USD. We do have support there at the 68.748 and resistance up at the 73.049. Moving on to GRT, the graph token. 1.50 roughly, that's your support level, psychological, and you'll have that 1.598 for resistance. And let's move on to Uniswap. 41.423. There we go. Spit that out. And then resistance 42.63. AAVE USD 453.398 is your support and 486.89 resistance. Moving on to NKR USD. We're holding support at the $5,064 mark and resistance up to $5,466. And we can move that all-time high up there where it belongs, way up there. 63.91 is the all-time high for MKR. Moving into some of these NFTs that everybody's talking about. Audio. Support at the 2.365 and resistance 2.551. CHZ USD. And we did see that nice bounce right off that 100-day moving average once, twice, 3 times a lady there. So we got the support at the 0.500 round number and resistance currently at the 0.525. Moving on to Theta, THETA USD. Holding support 10.868 and resistance 11.389. Almost done here. ENJB USD. You can see real clearly why we use these moving averages. There's a lot of folks ask why we use a 100-day, why do we use a 12 to 26. Very accurate here in the crypto space. as best they can be. So looking at support 2.465 and resistance 2.5974. Winding up here with O&E, Harmony 1, been kind of quiet down here. Just bouncing off this 100-day moving average. So looking down at the 0.1259 support and resistance. Very tight, 0.1327. Let's move on over into Bitcoin dominance, BTC.D. As we finally bottomed out, looks like we may be giving some emphasis back to Bitcoin. So it's slightly up now, 46.19% of the market cap is BTC. And your total crypto market cap is up $2.347 billion. So getting up there to the all-time high for the crypto market cap. Well, folks, that does it for me. Have a great day out there. Be safe. Keep the stop losses tight, and we will see you on the flip side.